Let's walk through these destinations and the ships that we have. And there is a lot to cover here. So let's just start off with Ocean Victory. This is our brand new expedition style ship. It is a complete wonderful, I'd say more luxurious type of expedition experience. So it's not a freighter out in the middle of the Marquesas, which I've done and I love, by the way, but this is a completely elevated experience that is expedition based. So Ocean Victory is an engineering marvel. She has an X-bow hull. And what makes the X-bow so unique is that as it enters the water, the force of those waves distribute evenly amongst the keel, making for a completely smooth ride. So it's got that soft entry into the water. All of that vibration and pitching and rolling that you may normally experience would not be present on a ship with an X-bow hull. So we have something very unique, and she is totally environmentally friendly. I say this because her performance factor is one of a kind. She utilizes low emission fuel, meaning her smokestacks will hardly have anything coming out of them. She also has a zero emission day capability. So as we transit the waters, if there is a pod of whales nearby, we can switch to zero emission and respectfully transit those waters. And in addition to that, she has a completely light touch, because those anchorless stabilizers that you see there on that screen in front of you, those stabilizers work in tandem with the GPS in the sky to hold our position. And that means we do not have to drop an anchor onto the seabed floor and destroy the environment. So again, she's got a very light touch, and she's very energy efficient. Now, as you look at your screen, you'll notice above those propellers, there is a very large platform. That is our activity platform where our kayaks go out of, where we have our expeditions leaving from. Just a couple of decks above that is our Infinity Edge pool. So people will want to bring a bathing suit, not just for the Infinity Edge pool, but because we will have polar plunges after our expedition days. Now, when we talk about expeditions, it is about learning. Our guests who are doing Ocean Victory are hands-on. We know that they learn by doing. So just like Mama Bear here leading her cubs into the wilderness, we're going to lead our guests into their next great adventure. And that starts with our captain, who could take advantage of unscheduled exploration opportunities. And then we have established several partnerships where we can really bring the destination to life. So we work with Cal Poly State University and their marine science experts, who are world-renowned, known for their marine science program. They are going to be on board with us the entire voyage. They'll be our Zodiac boat captains. They will be actually doing active data research. So when we're out on the Zodiacs, we can collect samples of bioplankton and bring it back on board and look at it under the microscope. This is education firsthand. And in addition to the Zodiac boats, which, by the way, we have a dozen of those, and we will provide all of our guests with the rain boots and the rain gear to wear on those Zodiacs, and we carry up to size 3X. In addition to those Zodiac boats, we also have kayaks, and there's about 20 different kayaks that your clients will be able to take out and explore the waters on their own as well. Of course, we've got a naturalist guide going with them too, but all of these elements of science are present in these cruises, because when we're in places like Frederick Sound, we will be able to deploy a hydrophone into the water and listen to the sounds of the whales and so forth. So again, this is active exploration. And when you think about where we're traveling to, we are going to Alaska's southeast, hidden wilderness, essentially. So what you're really looking at here, as you look at this map, you might have this like gut instinct to say, it looks like the Inside Passage. It's so much more than that. This is actually the Alexander Archipelago. It is the largest and broadest expanse of islands and inlets and fjords and coves that make up Southeast Alaska's hidden wilderness. And we are able to get into ports of call that are well beyond the reach of big blue water cruise ships because they're too large to get in there. So we're able to go off the beaten track. And we do either a 12 or 13-day voyage between Sitka and Vancouver. So when we start off in Sitka, not only are they going to have their pre-cruise hotel night to enjoy this destination, but we will take them to the Raptor Center. We will take them to the national park so they can see the totem poles and learn about the Battle of Alaska that was fought here in 1804. The history, the colorful communities, those really unique destinations like Cake, where we get to go visit the Tlingit village and meet with the local tribe and hear story as it's been passed down from generation to generation. We also get to see a native dance presentation and arts and crafts. Everything that's done by the Tlingit tribe right here, we get hands-on with. In addition to that, we sail through Frederick Sound, like I mentioned. So not only do we have those hydrophones, but since this is where all of your orcas and your humpback whales conjugate, we will be able to utilize plankton nets so that as the whales spray, we will be able to gather data from that spray and see what's taking place here in Southeast Alaska and what's taking place within the biodiversity of the water that these marine elements are going through. So that's another important part of it. We will also sail through some bigger areas like Tracy Arm Wilderness. And the good thing to know is that Victory Cruise Line, because we are a small ship, we will be hugging the coastline versus sailing smack down the middle like a big ship would be. But we actually, on the southbound voyage, when we go into Tracy Arm, we also visit Sawyer Glacier. But on that southbound, we actually spend the night amongst Tracy Arm Wilderness. So again, no dropping an anchor here. We're using our GPS and our anchorless stabilizers to hold our position. And as we spend the night in Tracy Arm Wilderness, the next day we'll be able to explore even further into Endicott Arms and Dawes Glacier. And then we go to some unique fishing villages like Petersburg, which is a Norwegian fishing village where we go in and we bring everybody to the Sons of Norway Hall where they see the children in local costume wearing their attire and putting on a dance presentation. So again, they get some very local cultural experiences. And then on our marine base days where we go through the Waterfall Coast or the Baranof Wilderness, we're in those kayaks. We're getting close to nature and having a truly unique experience. In places like Wrangell, where the gateway to the Great Styking River is, this is where we can take guests to the Annan Creek Bear Adventure, where they can watch a bear reach into the river and grab that salmon and feast upon it. So again, really unique experiences. Sailing through Misty Fjords as well. And then after Misty Fjords, we head to Ketchikan. So again, lots of different opportunities for shore excursions here. And then we get more really unique destinations that are, again, off the beaten path, like Metlakatla, where we visit the Tsimshian tribe. And we can hear all the story and see the performances of the local tribe here in Metlakatla as well. We'll continue sailing through Fjordland, which is BC's newest marine park. We'll also go through Johnstone Strait and Seymour Narrows, which is truly where all the killer whales have a tendency to hang out. And then we'll make our way down to Vancouver before disembarking. That is a quick glimpse at Ocean Victory's voyage between Sitka and Vancouver, but it also does the reverse as well. In addition to Alaska, Ocean Victory has a one-off itinerary in British Columbia, and this is